A true crime lover killed someone just to know what it would feel like. Hi everyone, this is Data Clues where you can find mind-blowing stories. So let's get into this case. May 27, 2023 at 3 am in South Korea, a young girl is picked up by taxi driver. According to him, she looked really young and she was carrying what seems to be a very heavy suitcase. He offered to help her lift the suitcase into his boot, but she refused. She gets in the car and he says, Where do you want to go? And she says, a park. That was really odd. The driver was a little confused, but they drive there in complete silence. And they get to the park. She gets out of the car, takes the heavy suitcase and walking into the forest. Because it was 3 am, he was little bit worried about the safety and was wondering what she was up to. So he decided to stick around the park in case she needed a ride back, and he smoked a cigarette outside his car. Shortly after, she did return, and this time the suitcase didn't seem so heavy anymore. Like you can say when suitcase is heavy or not. As he predicted, she actually did ask for a ride to get back to where she came from, and the whole thing just seemed very off to the taxi driver. When he was in the car, he said that he felt pretty unsettled, like there was some sort of vibe. After dropping the girl off, he actually got in contact with the police and told him all about the situation. After contacting the police ended up searched that park and found dismembered human remains. It didn't take long for police to find the girl in the back of the cab. This girl was named Jung Yoo-jung and she was 23 years old. According to everyone who went to school with Yoo-jung, she was very shy. When people would attempt to speak to her, she wouldn't even acknowledge that they spoke to her. She never attempted to make any friends in the school. She was just happy living on her own. And she wasn't really sad or angry like all the high school students, like they sad or depressed or angry. Nothing really bothers her. And she was never really bullied or anything. It was just her and herself and her own world. She wasn't like the smartest kid in the class. She didn't really apply herself too much. When she graduated high school, she tried to get a job at this golf course, and when they called her for an interview, they started asking her questions and she just wouldn't reply. And because of that, she didn't get the job. When she found out she hadn't got the job, she was so mad. She rang them back and swore them down the phone. When she was arrested, their excuses was for her is like she has no good speaking, like she wasn't speak English that very well. When she was arrested, they asked her like, who do the remains belong to? Her initial response was that she had a baby and after pregnancy had a psychotic break and killed the baby and buried it. Police knew this is a lie because the body they found was not one of the baby but an adult. Police started searching through her phone and she spoke to literally no one. She didn't have any contact. She didn't have any friends. She was a fully isolated person. One thing that they did find through was very interesting search history. Now it was very clear from her search history that she was very, very obsessed with true crimes. Like she was very obsessed. She was very interested in documentary about serial killer. Like we also like that, but she was interested. She was obsessed. She was also looking up disposal options for bodies and how to not get caught. Police ended up identifying the victim, who was 26 years old. her identity has not been disclosed by police. So she met this victim through an app. She had looked victims for a month using an online tutoring app. She contacted more than 50 people and favored women, asking them if they conduct their lessons at home. Jung Yoo-jung then showed up at the tutor's house dressed in a school uniform she had bought online. After the victims let her in, she attacked the victim, stabbing her more than 100 times. After that, she went to a store and bought bean bags and bleach and then dismembered the body. She was sentenced to life in prison. This victim lost her life because someone was curious. This is the end of interesting story of Jung Yoo-jung, who killed a woman out of her curiosity. So if you like to know about more interesting cases like this, please subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.